I used to think the campus library was my sanctuary, until that one night. It was well past midnight, the kind of hour when the vast, echoing silence of the university library became less comforting and more profound. Fluorescent lights hummed with a low, constant thrum above the deserted rows of bookshelves, casting long, distorted shadows that danced whenever I shifted in my seat. I was alone on the third floor, buried deep in a textbook, the only sound the soft scratch of my pen and the occasional creak of the old building settling. The air was cool and still, carrying the faint, familiar scent of old paper and dust. A subtle sound broke the monotony, a soft, almost imperceptible thump from somewhere deep within the philosophy section, a few aisles over. It wasn't loud enough to be a book falling, it sounded more like something heavy, yet soft, making contact with the carpet. I paused, pen hovering over my notes, straining my ears, but the silence immediately swallowed it back up, leaving only the persistent hum of the lights and the distant whir of the HVAC system. My heart gave a tiny, unwelcome lurch against my ribs. I tried to dismiss it as my imagination, a settling pipe, anything. But then, a distinct chill seeped into the air around me, sharp and sudden, despite the library's typically consistent climate control. I pulled my cardigan tighter, goosebumps prickling on my arms, and glanced towards the philosophy section again. One of the aisle lights, usually steady, flickered once, twice, then resumed its normal glow, leaving me wondering if I'd truly seen it or if my tired eyes were playing tricks. A few minutes later, as I looked up to stretch, I saw it, not directly, but in the polished, reflective surface of a dark window pane across the room. A tall, gaunt figure stood several aisles away, just at the edge of my peripheral vision, too still, too dark against the faint glow of the distant emergency exit sign. It wasn't facing me, but it was there, a deep, absorbing silhouette that seemed to drink in the ambient light. My breath hitched, and when I slowly turned my head to look directly, it was gone. Panic began to prickle at the edges of my focus. I gathered my things, trying to appear nonchalant, my movements stiff and unnatural. As I rounded the corner of my aisle, heading towards the main staircase, a whisper, faint as a moth's wing, brushed against my ear. It wasn't words, just a guttural, drawn-out shhhshshh. I froze, my blood turning to ice, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw a pale, elongated hand slowly emerge from between two bookshelves at the end of the aisle I just left, its fingers twitching. I didn't scream. I couldn't. Pure, unadulterated terror seized me, and I bolted. My heavy backpack slammed against my back with each frantic step as I stumbled down the grand staircase, the echo of my shoes deafening in the cavernous space. I didn't look back, didn't dare. The moment I burst through the main doors into the cool night air, the library's heavy doors automatically sealed behind me with a soft, final thud. I ran across campus, not stopping until I was safe inside my dorm. The chilling whisper in that twitching hand burned forever into my mind. Some places are meant to be quiet, not empty.